Hello and welcome. I'm Peasant and I'm going to be taking on Sweden 6 with Bringer of Dreams and Nightmares. So the things I tend to forget sometimes are the extra damage on the buildings 3 and 5 and this extra town that they place when they place Blight. Those are the things and they do flirt with my guys, which is very disappointing. So we've got in this situation we've got the first card is Desert, so they have common with the some starting Blight, so that makes me more inclined to want to go with Predatory Nightmares to kind of push the town to destroy, in theory, pretend destroy the town, push it away, because that's not something we want. So yeah. So probably what I'm going to do is go with Dreams and Nightmares, turn 1, and maybe I want to drag my Dahan into this area, because one of these two, thinking about a future Call on Midnight Stream, I like to go Call on Midnight Stream turn 1, but I think in this case we do have a good use for Predatory Nightmares. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So I think I'm going to go with getting the extra energy. Now, it might seem a bit odd to go for extra energy, but I do find with this spirit, I do tend to just be a bit broke. Just a little bit broke. And I think I'm going to place in there. And that's slightly, that's in case Jungle Hungers shows up, really. So we're going to go Predatory Nightmares and Dreams of Dahan. So yeah. So we're going to Dreams of Dahan and gather this Dahan in here, and we get a Night Terrorism and we'll see what the next fear card is. Defend with Dahan. That could be a useful one. So see, if I'd done these in a different order, if I dragged those two Dahan in there, it still wouldn't have been enough defend, because the Swedes, they do their extra damage. So we're going to Predatory Nightmares in here, and I'm going to, where should I push? So I don't want to push it in here. So one of these lands, probably, let's push it into the wet. Let's push it into the wetland. Try and balance my problem areas. So yeah, we've got a completely clear wetland, so I don't mind having one in there. Okay, so this is the fun turn. This is Call on Midnight Stream o'clock. So we could. Yeah, what do we even do with it? I mean, there is this land here that I've completely ignored. Can I actually do anything about this? Can I gain... If I go with Dread and Call, will I be able to get up to 4? I think I will. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll go Dread and Call. And we've got the... Yeah, we will be able to defend in here. That's worked out pretty well, actually. That's worked out pretty cheesily. And I'm going to do this stuff before I play Call on Midnight Streams, just to make sure I've got the defender, because obviously if I do choose to forget this, defend 3 in coastal lands. See, this is I just wasted all that energy offering defend 3. Yeah, clearly I can make some serious improvements in my Bringer of Dreams and Nightmares game. Slightly sloppy. So I think Paralyzing Fright is the call here. It's pretty clear cut. So I'm just going to take it. What do I forget? So the interesting thing here is that because this Paralyzing Fright likes to have 3 mountains, this actually makes me less inclined to get rid of Predatory Nightmares. So actually I'm going to get rid of Dreams of the Dahan. I think yeah, this is the most well-defended coastal city in the world. Okay. So the other nice thing about having Paralyzing Fright is we can kind of deal with hell lands now. We can actually actively make lands that are absolutely horrible. The advantage, of course, of that may not be obvious, but it just... Because we can't actually destroy anything except with these kinds of counterattacks, it's kind of really nice to just be able to package people into... compact people down, package them up. But we don't have the ability to get the 3rd mountain easily yet. So we kind of get to this any. So I'm probably just going to use this for its own sake for a while. So I think it's another good turn to call on Midnight's Dream. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to reclaim one, get call on Midnight's Dream, and I'm going to make a sacred site. So this is more, I'm going to make a sacred site in here. I have to make that decision first. And what I'm going to do, I think I'll call on Midnight's Dream first and see if we gain a solution. We might want a Paralyzing Fright somewhere else. But we can at least go in either now. Because if we gain a really good defend card, then we could actually fight back. So, but we will do Night Terrors first. And we should do this first as well. Each player removes an explorer from a coastline. Well, that's uninspiring. I just don't want to gain fear anymore now. Okay, so we will do this first. And let's gain a major power. Okay. Oh wow, Digger's interesting here. I mean, it kind of doesn't solve this problem because we won't be able to budge the city, and the city is still going to do 5 damage. Infinite Vitality would make each of my Dahan have 6 defend. 6 health, which means that they'd only kill 1 Dahan, but then these would fight back. I actually think this is better. Because we can Paralyzing Fright in there. This would of course also be a double blight placement. So I think I'm going to go Vitality here. This was kind of tempting, but it just kind of, I think this is better. So I'm going to go with it this turn. The other nice thing is that this also likes mountains, so we've got potential for, once you get the threshold on this, it's kind of amazing. The other nice thing about this is we don't really want to prevent the Ravage when we've got potential fight back. Okay, those fear cards did a lot. Okay, so we've got 4 damage remaining, and yeah, just going to take out the things I can take out. Take that. You said Bringer can't do damage. It's just true. Ah, they flirted you. We can have the damaged one. Don't know what happened there. Don't know what happened there. They became a town. That might be a little bug. I might have to report that. I might have to report that in. So I feel like there should be just an extra town in there. Okay, so we've got 2 Ravages. So we don't have the Sacred Site that we need in here to use Infinite Vitality in there. So what we could just reclaim, go with Paralyzing Fright in here. How far are we down our tracks? So we're 2 away. This any is absolutely crucial, and that's why I kind of don't really want to be. Yeah, I don't really like reclaiming like this. I don't like it. So yeah, maybe this is just being let go, but that's okay. I think we're doing okay. We could use Infinite Vitality, because then possibly we might be able to. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get to this any sooner. I don't think. Okay, so we like the Nightmares a bit because they've got the mountain. We like it a little bit. Yeah, we do like it a bit. It's definitely worth hanging on to because that might be a turn that we do in the future. So we're probably going to gain a major Forget Dread Apparitions. But actually, Dread Apparitions, we could use that to keep the island healthy this turn. Except we need presence in there to do real fear. Yeah, okay. Don't think Dread Apparitions are going to do us any good, so we'll just gain a major here. Okay, well, this is interesting. Land Thrashes is kind of good for us. We've got a moon on our track anyway. We've got Moon Mountain in Predatory Nightmares, and we've got this other stuff going on, especially once we get to this any. Power Storm is also good because we can replay Paralyzing Fright, which is kind of absolutely horrendous. However, if we do use Power Storm, we're unlikely to get the threshold, the mountains we need from Paralyzing Fright, unless we get way, way further into the game than we're likely to get anytime soon. But the ability to just play it twice is just amazing. And I suspect it's the right course. Land Thrashers is tempting, but it's kind of expensive as well. And I think you do want to favour the cheaper mages with this particular spirit. Land Thrashers is kind of tempting. Very tempting. But I think Power Storm is the pick. Then what am I actually going to do this turn? Just the Infinite Vitality. Land Thrashers also kind of got the mountain thing going on. And the fact it's got a moon on it is pretty useful. So if I go moon, let's say go Land Thrashers, moon, Predatory Nightmares, I actually can use the threshold on it this turn. I mean, this is kind of academic. I kind of want to do something about at least one of these Ravages. Preferably, preferably both. Or I could just say sod it and just go into attack. And just have a turn where I go Land Thrashers and Predatory Nightmares. Because then I'd be doing this twice. And I'd be able to do... I'd be able to generate vast amounts of fear. I think I'm going to go with it, actually. Might seem... It is slightly experimental. Not going to lie. Not going to lie. So we could go like this. So we've got the 3 moons there. So we do have the 3rd mountain where we want it. Yeah. So, spirits may yet dream to get the 3rd mountain. Night terrors somewhere, doesn't matter. And yeah, so we are letting these 2 lands go because we're wild. Oh yeah, they do build a town somewhere. Yeah, get away from me with your towns. Let's build them up here. This bottom land is generally one you want to avoid because it has so few adjacencies. So if you're going to let a land light, it's not that one. Or this one really, but this one, generally I find I'm pushing away from this land over the course of the game rather than towards it. Okay, so we've got Predatory Nightmares and we've got Land Thrashers. So this land here has 2 adjacent blight and 2 blight in it. So that's 6 damage in here and then another chunk of damage in here. So in here that will be 5 damage. Now I can actually make this a lot easier to defend next turn, but actually maybe I don't care how hard it is to defend if I could use both of these, but I can only use one of them. I can only use one, and it should be this if it's any of them. I'm going to be a little low on energy too. So I think my plan, my best bet is to not actually focus on damage, just make sure I clear out these towns here. Yeah, I think that's the plan. So, but I can't hit both of these because they're not adjacent. The other thing to think about is these this coastal situation. So actually maybe I want to make my life easier by kind of hitting the coast with Land Thrashers, clearing out these chaps, and then pushing them in here and then hitting in here and moving out all those towns. The thing is, if I remove both towns and this Explorer, then actually this is just a 1 Blight Ravage. And as you can see, we've got 2 Blight left on our card, which is loads. More than we could possibly need. I can't think of any circumstance where we would want more Blight than that. So this would be 2... This would only be 4 damage in here, which is slightly disappointing. Yeah, so I think the right balance is to hit in here, which does pretend kill everything in there. And then I think this is where we Paralyzing Fright. So I think this is a good place to cluster enemies. Or alternatively Infinite Vitality. And then we could do this again in a next place. So we'll go in here. And we will instead of hitting the city, which does get us a lot of fear, we will just focus on pushing this lot. And we will not push them to the coast. We'll push them into here because this is where we're good at dealing, you know, we're good at dealing damage in there. And we do have the predatory nightmares as well, so we can make our job on the coast a little easier by hitting this in here. A little easier. Or we can actually... Oh no, we can't target that. We can make our life... Wow, we're actually up to terror level 3 already. So I'm going to push into there. And, oh yeah, this is one of those very incidental things. Oh yeah, you can push a Dahan with it. We could push them in there. They might... They probably will just die though. So yeah, not much point. Not much point, just... yeah, stick for them. Actually, leaving them in there would have been better. That was just a mistake. Shouldn't have left them. Shouldn't have pushed. Okay. So we're back to growth now. We've got 2 ravages. This one is we must do something like this, and we'll use paralyzing fright. We've been reclaiming a lot, so we're not that far down the track. So paralyzing fright in here, and we don't have the energy to go infinite vitality as well. Oh, unless we do this. If we do this, we can do both. Here's the thing. I mean, that's still kind of good, isn't it? Yeah, I think doing both is good. What's after that? This situation here. Yeah, let's do both. Let's make a sacred site down here, and let's do both. And it's yeah, always sad not to get the threshold on this, but I'm not even gonna mention it again. I won't mention it again. Okay, get that there. So this, yeah, our Dahan's going to die if we don't defend him in there. There's not really much difference. But yeah, this infinite vitality becomes completely amazing once you get the 4th mountain. If you get the 4th mountain, more accurately. Okay, so we are about to be dealing with some pretty serious business here on the coast. So I think I will destroy a presence not on the coast, so probably this one. Yeah, hopefully we're not going to have to do anything up here for a while. Each player may push any number of explorers or towns from one land. Okay, well, I think we can make our situation look a lot nicer on the coast, so we can actually prevent this build or this build. There's any number as well. The thing is, because we've got these cards, we can just defend in here. That's just not a problem. It's just not a problem. So I think I will... Oh, we don't want to push in here. Actually, we can push in here because we've infinite vitality. So I'm going to push in here just to protect my presence. Remove 2 explorers or a town from each land with Dahan. Then remove a city from each land with at least 2 Dahan. So we will remove. Each player chooses a different land. It chosen lands gather up to 2 Dahan, then 1 damage per Dahan present. So we could. So this is infinite vitality. So unfortunately, by pushing this one in here, we're now up to 6 damage. So our Dahan will not survive going in there. So I think I'm. Oh, they will. They will, sorry, because they will destroy that explorer. Don't mind me. So yeah, let's do that. Let's push them in there. They'll destroy that explorer. So yeah, that's actually pretty good. Each player may replace a city with a town, or a town with an explorer on a coastal land. Okay, we'll just make things easier. See, this would be reducing by 2, as would this. But I think it's good to leave cities to destroy. I don't know if it matters, actually. Let's remove the city. Though there are so many cities that I don't think it makes much odds. Remove explorer or town from the land. Let's prevent this build here. Jump ravage. And wetland explore. They are flirting with my Dahan. relentlessly. Get your own Dahan. No. Okay, so we definitely need to reclaim at least one card here. We can get the any as well. But if we only reclaim... Oh god, we're just never going to get what we want. But yeah, we have to reclaim at least one of our useful cards here. So I think with Heavy Heart I will again reclaim. And what we really want here is actually a 0 cost card. So that's the main requirement from this minor power here, is that it costs 0. Let's see if we get one. We don't get one. Damn it, Jim. So blight removal could be handy, but the thing is that everything we do is basically to supplement our mages. So the ideal thing would be something with mountains. We have been given stuff with mountains. Defend against Sweden is generally a bit of a sad waste of time. Devouring Ants. Now this is a card I don't use very often. A damage, so 2 damage in jungle or sand, and a fear. So I guess we've got these are actually quite similar, except this needs to be near a sacred site, whereas this is better in with me. I mean, this Devouring Ants could be good. The thing is, we can't use it this turn. We can't use it this turn, unless we go for Infinite Vitality. And the advantage of going for Vitality on this Ravage, because if I can get the Threshold and Paralyzing Fright, it's so good. It's so much fear. And hopefully next turn I can just place a presence somehow. And so do I want to be doing affecting wetlands or... I mean, we're not placing presence, so this pool beneath isn't really doing anything. Let's go with Devouring Ants, I think. Hopefully it's not a decision I bitterly regret. So, oh yeah, because I do want to do it this turn. Yeah, let's go with the Devouring Ants. Though it feels like I might just be wasting energy with that, but... Okay, so we want an Infinite Vitality in here. And we want a Night Terrors somewhere. And... yeah, we want to lose more presence. I think it's better actually to lose rather than completely abandoning a place, because the thing is we can mostly gain a presence, but making a sacred site out of nothing is practically impossible. Each player chooses a different land with invaders. Invaders take 2 damage per Dahan there. Well, that's a good amount of damage. I'll take out this turn. And we have our Coastal Ravage. And some builds. Okay, so I've got my Devouring Ants. So we can do 2 damage in a jungle of sand, so this is a very clear candidate. Can't target in here, of course, because I'll just remove the sacred site. Should have thought of that, maybe? No, I shouldn't. That's enough thinking. So mountain is not on any of these cards. I think that tends to mean I want to push there. Though this horrible area here, we're going to have to play one of our big cards in there anyway, so I may as well just stick another town in there. Yeah. Because if we gain, there might be cards we gain that could mean we could just do 2 damage to everything, say, and having, the more the merrier, really. So, this here is still only a 1 Blight Ravage, so the Paralyzing Fright works, and if we can probably gain some energy is good. What have we also got? We've got this jungle, sand, so yeah, 4 builds. Would be nice to prevent one of those builds. Wow, we're just going full Devouring Ants. Who knew? Who knew that today was Devouring Ant Sunday? It's just the damn recording on. Could even just gain another. Try the dream of a 0 cost minor power to go with Paralyzing Fright. Or if we go with this, we could actually afford Predatory Nightmares. I mean, yeah, it'd be good to gain a supplementary minor power. But actually, if we... Yeah, let's try and get a nice minor power that we can play with Paralyzing Fright here. Oh, wait, here's the problem. Here's the problem with that idea. The problem is I need a zero cost minor power that provides a mountain. Otherwise I just don't get the threshold on this. I suppose if I don't draw that, then I could just go with Infinite Vitality. Or I might even be better off just reclaiming, going with this option, getting reclaiming this single card, advancing down the track, getting this any. Damn, I feel like this win is so close. But it kind of revolves around this. Okay, how about this idea? Next turn is going to be such a mess of Ravages. We only need 2 fear cards. We need 8 fear. Getting this threshold is basically the win. So, how do I do that? I guess just gaining the energy. Okay, fine, it was there. It was somewhere there. Somewhere in the... So there you go, there's the 2 energy we need. And then there's the Predatory Nightmares. So we're going to have the threshold. We have the threshold. Okay, finally. Phew. Alright, so there it is. There it is. Okay, so yeah, sorry about that ending. I knew it was there. I knew it was close. So that was Sweden 6. With the old Bringer of Dreams and Nightmares. This is a really fun matchup. Well, actually, just soloing Bringers of Dreams and Nightmares is just a really fun way of playing. So yeah, thanks for joining me. I've been Peasant, and catch you next time.